Okay, so the truth is I messed up. I messed up like a month ago, like 2 months back. I was in a bad place. I don't even know why I was there, but I was there, right? And I needed to get out because every time you're in a bad place, you know that you're in a bad place and you need to escape. I was wondering how I could escape. I tried to do the work that I usually do, like my normal editing videos, shooting videos, managing the uploads, all that stuff. I tried to do that stuff and I wasn't doing it. You guys saw my channel has been dry. Like I'm supposed to be growing much faster than this, but I'm slacking on myself. Why? It's because I wasn't starting small. Whenever you mess up, whenever you fall into a rut, whenever you fall into that time when you cannot get your mind to do the things that you want to do, right? You cannot sit down and focus on some good work. You feel like maybe you cannot actually go out and talk to a woman properly. You feel like maybe you can't even make any money. You can't even see any gains in the gym. You need to start small, right? I wasn't even starting small. I was like, nah. It's like going into the gym, right? And then you see all these people are benching 70 kgs and you're a beginner. So you're like, I need to also bench 70 kgs, man. Let's go. What do they call that? Ego lifting. You need to start small, right? I didn't understand this. I really didn't understand this. And because I started small, I've fallen back into momentum. As you guys can see, I am uploading videos. I am going crazy on my Instagram, on my YouTube. Because of that, I have got momentum now because I start small. So now I've understood that my baseline is always 1. It's never 0, right? It's 1. The problem is when you think that you can start big, right? You think that you need big, drastic changes. You end up falling into that cycle of unmotivation. You feel like you don't have that motivation to do anything, to do that stuff that you actually want to do. But it's because you're not starting small. Why do small wins actually matter? Good question. Small wins help you build that momentum. They also help you build that confidence back. Whenever you feel like you're falling off on the thing that you actually wanted to do, you do the small thing first. The first step. That's why they always say, take it step by step. Go the first step. Just do the first step. You feel like you're not motivated to go to the gym. You're like, man, this workout's going to be so difficult. Nah, just put on the clothes, right? Just fill up the bottle. I always fill up my bottle right before the gym. I get into that vibe. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. It hypes me up. And by the time I'm in the gym, obviously I'll have to hit a crazy workout, man. So another example that I've been doing, me myself, is usually I don't feel like drinking water, right? But I like to stay hydrated and I like to do that mentally, logically, but my body doesn't always want to drink water. So what do? Small wins. I just fill up the bottle and I leave it there. It's very, very, very hard to just be dehydrated when there's a bottle of water like right in front of you. It's so difficult. I'm telling you, it's so hard. Now, don't forget the fact that small wins compound over time, right? You think it's a small win today, but actually tomorrow it's going to be a bigger win, right? It's like planting a seed. Think about it. It's small, it starts small, but it ends up growing through compounding. What do they call that in business? Compound interest, right? So your small wins are not useless. You take one step today, tomorrow you will take another. By a month later, you're way ahead than you would have been if you tried to do all the work at once, because that actually just makes you feel burnt out and you don't even feel like doing the work later on. And yet the whole purpose of doing any kind of work is to be able to do it again and again and again and again, to have that consistency, because that's how the work will actually yield the results that you want, right? So if you don't have that consistency because you're starting big and you're like, I need to finish this whole site in a day. No. If you're doing a website, right? What's the first step that you're going to do? Is it maybe getting a domain? Maybe is it just setting up the framework and leaving it there? The first step is the one that's actually going to help you take the rest of the steps. Hamza usually likes to say, and most of these creators that I listen to, they like to say, look, if you want to get into meditation, you don't sit down for a whole 20-minute meditation, be there, when the thoughts are in your head, you're like, it doesn't work for me, and you quit. No. What about a 1-minute meditation or one breath? Actually, what most people say is just do one breath. Just and that's a meditation for today. And you check it off, right? As long as you have your habit tracker, you check it off. There you're starting small because that habit is going to compound. For my small wins, this is what I started doing, right? So I used to meditate about 3 times a day, 2 times a day. And I was just like, you know what? I'll just do a morning meditation, because when I do a morning meditation, I am more likely to actually meditate throughout my day, like maybe in the afternoon or in the evening. So if I want to meditate, I try to meditate twice a day, but I do it early morning, right? That's the first task. It's the number one thing, early morning. If I get that done, my day is much, much better. Then when it comes to fitness, right? I was doing all these sets, right? Bench press, like 4 sets, doing like, going crazy, man. Basically losing my mind, right? But I used to fall sick a lot, right? And I wasn't making so much progress. So this is what I started doing. I started to do a full body workout regimen, right? If you need help with this, just DM me. I have the whole routine, everything. So I started to train my full body, right? And I started with 1 set per muscle every day, right? Because they say that the recommended amount of sets that you need to do per muscle per week for it to actually start growing, right? To reach into that state of hypertrophy, they are 10. You need to be doing 10. If you're doing 10 minimum, right? 10 sets per muscle per week minimum, then your muscles will start growing, right? So I was like, you know what? I wanted to do more than 10. I was doing more than 10, but not in a serious way. So I structured it properly. I was like, you know what? I'm going to train like this. Every day I'm going to do my whole body, but only 1 set. 1 set. And I go home. And I did that. That was 2 months ago. Now, 2 months later, I have been doing 2 sets per muscle per day. It's good. I don't feel so much fatigue. The days when I feel fatigue, like right now, this shoulder right here, this one's a bit sore. Usually that fatigue just wears off after 24 hours. So I'm good to go for my next workout. But I wouldn't be able to do this if I was training a lot of sets, right? I'll be sore. When you're sore, you're missing out on gains. And volume is all that the muscles listen to. Then I also started listening to 1 podcast every day. I was like, you know what? Let me just listen to 1 podcast every day. But usually when you listen to that one, it turns into like 10 other podcasts because you're on that streak. Small wins, bro, I'm telling you. If you start small, just like 1 by 1, bro, I'm telling you, you can go so far. So I want you to pause this video and write down 1 small win that you can do this week. Just 1 thing that you can actually do. Just look, this is the first action step of the video. Just pause the video and write down 1 thing to get done with this week. Also, whenever you wake up in the morning, you should also write 1 thing that you want to get done with in the morning. That can actually help you start your day in a better way. Look, small wins have transformed my mindset like crazy. I just start small. Whenever I want to do something, I'm just going to start small. Whenever I want to build a new habit or quit a habit, I just start small. And that's a hack for life. Like I told you, commit to only 1 task for this week. Also share it in the comments so that I can see what tasks you guys are committing to, so that I can also, get some inspiration myself. But commit to only 1 task this week and do it get it done. It's only one thing, right? If you don't have the motivation to actually just commit to one thing and get that thing done, then you have a different problem. There's a whole different problem that you have. So I don't have much to sell you guys, but just watch my new video, right? About how I transformed my life in a year. Watch that video. Also, I also dropped a montage of my gym. You know, I've been studying a bit of filmmaking, you know, mobile filmmaking. As you guys can see, I'm uploading a lot of videos these days and doing a lot of edits. So I made a montage of my gym too, man. It's crazy. Should I start doing vlogs? Comment down below if I should start doing vlogs, like daily vlogs. Or DM me personally. And if you also need some help with transforming your life, your mindset, all right, that fitness, if you want to get into the best shape of your life in 2025, DM me on IG. You guys know my IG, The Fit Ugandan. Just DM me on IG and I'm going to get you right. I promise you. Subscribe, do all the liking. I love you. See you in the next video. Peace.